Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 13 of the SpongeBob Movie game. Last time, we collected all the remaining Goofy Goober tokens in Sunday Driving, and then we completed the time trial for the Shell Say Slide. So let's move on to the ring challenge.
I think we've jumped through enough hoops for you, Mindy.
Amen, SpongeBob! Finally! Finally! The student has learned!
Then how about jumping through rings instead?
Oh, I got something you can jump on, Mindy! What was that? Did Mindy just give us the silent treatment? Did she give us the silent treatment? Like, yeah, you won't want me to give you directions? Well, fine, I won't talk to you then. Yeah, but this one can be nasty because the rings actually move. Mindy and her evil mermaid magic.
Must have been something he ate. Right back at ya.
I wish this place had something to
Okay, that was very nice of them to give us a treasure chest.
Hello? Come get some.
And there we go. Short, sweet, to the point.
You've earned this.
Oh boy!
Yeah, Mindy was outright expecting us to fail. Just with the, oh, practice makes perfect. This is, she's anticipating you to do this challenge 1,000 times over.
Come to prove you're a manly man? If not, we're gonna get sand kicked in our face at the beach.
It's bad enough that Patrick, this is what happens when you diss your mom on the phone. She goes to the beach and just kicks sand in her face. Well, maybe if she voted for me in the last election, maybe I wouldn't be cussing her out.
Towels shoved in our mouths. Yeah.
So basically I just cuss Larry out, and then basically he proceeds to just fly off the deep end. Oh yeah, so maybe I dissed his workout routine. Maybe I called him a beta. Maybe I keyed his car. But that did not give him the right to shove that towel in my mouth.
Well, don't worry. If you beat the manly time down the slide, you'll be the manliest man on the beach. Except for him.
Oh, no. David Hasselhoff is not the manliest man on the beach. He is not anything compared to me. I am the epitome of masculinity on the beach. I go on the beach and the ladies, they just can't keep their eyes off me because I am the epitome of the male form. I'm sorry, you may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Hello? I wish this place had something to
Okay, we're nearing it. And there we go. Yeah, like I said, just like I said in a prior episode, just this is the easiest time trial to do, basically. Just this is the easiest of the 3 slide levels to do when it comes to the time challenges. Because yeah, you may be using an exploit, but at least that exploit with the red wire death is a lot more reliable to pull off than everything you have to do on the rock slide.
Congratulations! Here's your reward. You've come back here looking for more stuff?
I'm kind of getting used to the place.
Great! Then go ahead and beat your best time.
Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get going. Monument of Destruction. And the sad part is, this is the final standard platforming level in the game, where SpongeBob and Patrick, they each get 3 levels. Patrick gets I'm Ready Depression, the Thug Tug, and the Trash Pit, and then basically SpongeBob gets 3,000 miles to Shell City, Now That We're Men, and well, this one. So anyways, before we upgrade the Sonic Wave guitar, I just want to show this off because the sound the Sonic Wave guitar makes actually changes when you upgrade, as well as the appearance. Where basically you get that electric guitar riff. Meanwhile, when you upgrade, basically the Sonic Wave guitar more or less stays the same, except it gains a bit of a homing capability to it. Plus you get the iconic Goofy Goober guitar.
Metal forged by the power of rock.
And you have a full-on Merv. This is a more aggressive Merv that basically Patrick didn't have in his level. Basically, it's the same exact Merv that we encountered in that combat challenge.
Nothing like a little man type stuff.
So anyways,
On the pad.
let's just go over here.
Crack, but so sweet.
Go over here. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're going to try to hit that bubble bowl area right up there. Okay.
Go for it, then.
Yeah, the electric impact will have an effect. So oh, come on! Come on, you know you wanna.
Go for it, then.
There we go. Yeah, it took longer to get that chest than it did to get the manly time challenge.
Come on, whatever you want.
Yeah, I can't help but question just Plankton's aim with basically his vision of Planktopolis. I understand that Plankton's trying to go for the whole dystopian, just empire sort of vibe, where basically Plankton's own distorted take on the Roman Empire. But basically, you'd think that given how Plankton was operating in just throughout the course of the series, he just wants money. He just wants to be a successful restaurateur to basically show Mr. Krabs up, basically. But But yeah, in here, he's basically like, oh, hey, I just want to make this dystopian realm with lava pits. Why does Plankton just have random pits of lava just around the town? Is it an aesthetical choice? Did Plankton sell his soul to the Flying Dutchman for basically a small business loan? And part of the conditions was that he had to basically put a lava pit if he took over the world. Though frankly, just honestly, considering the nature of the SpongeBob universe, just the Flying Dutchman wouldn't be that bad of an option for small business loans, really. And there we go.
Come on, wherever you are.
Anyways, one thing that, even though this wasn't seen all that much during the course of this playthrough, because basically we've been keeping up with our Goofy Goober tokens. Yeah, basically we've been keeping up with our Goofy Goober tokens, so we haven't really been seeing this. But basically, the Goofy Goober tokens are pretty tight in terms of just what you have to get. You can't just afford to just casually just, oh hey, go through the level and just complete the bare minimum. Basically, you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to get extra tokens.
Super spin cycle. Cartwheel.
Yeah, basically, all upgrading the cartwheel does is make it where just Patrick deals damage to just enemies that approach him. So basically, it's a more optimal offensive option for him. Though, considering just how little, though really just in terms of the cartwheel, you don't really need to use it that much. In fact, one thing that I find curious is the fact that just the only real use for the cartwheel is in the Frogfish boss fight. But then, basically, in the Goofy Goober level, you don't need it, period. It's just there so Mindy can block off your progress. Oh crap, I almost forgot something that we could do. Actually, you know what? No, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna get to a good checkpoint, and then basically we can go and do the missions. Because now that we have the Sonic Wave Guitar, we can actually do the Sonic Wave Guitar missions. Yeah, it's kind of funny how basically the game wants you to use the Sonic Wave Guitar to defeat the Mervs. Even though, basically, it's a lot easier just to use SpongeBob's projectile. Okay, we're probably gonna die. Because... mini-boss time! Yeah, you can actually die while using the Goofy Goober guitar, using the Sonic Wave Guitar, which also includes basically tipping. Yeah, this is in my personal opinion. Why am I doing this low-key? Yeah, like I'm trying to confess to a dirty secret. Basically, when it comes to these statues, this is the hardest of the bunch, right here. So don't let this intimidate you or anything. Basically, just hit it before it hits you. And then one little rock can basically just cause the crane to alter. Like, I can't but wonder why Plankton's just leaving the construction equipment out. Basically, Plankton really struggled with getting those permits. The city council won't approve! I rule the city council, but yet they want to stand in my way. What's wrong with this world? Okay, so anyways, for this next part, as you can see, Sandy's just right over there, just spinning on her giant wheel. Yeah, fitting fate for Sandy, just voting for big government. Well, that's what happens when you vote for big government, Sandy. They take your mind and they make you run on a little wheel for no reward. You're just a cog to them, Sandy. You're just a cog.
Heavy as a brick. Coming through. Slipping, slipping, slipping.
Okay, let's collect this. And anyways, brace yourself because we are going into the hardest mission of the game. I'm not kidding you. This mission, this could take 3 episodes. This could take 5 episodes, even a full week of videos just trying to get through this one combat challenge. This thing can be devastating. It has traumatized an entire generation. Frankly, people think of the SpongeBob movie and just they get this blank look in their eyes because of the gruelingness of this combat arena challenge. Get ready for it, because it's coming. It's coming. The ultimate combat challenge. How no we'll be able to do it. Yeah, it's just so funny after basically you're dealing with basically Combat Challenge 3, which can absolutely devastate you. But then and so you're thinking, oh no, another one. What's this one gonna be? And it's just a single jellyfish. Though, in addition to the whole gag aspect of it, it does actually kind of make sense because basically, the combat arena challenges have been organized so that way they're, for the most part, throwing at enemies that you would be seeing in SpongeBob's next level. For example, in the one in I'm Ready Depression, basically, you encounter Belchers from basically 3,000 miles to Shell City. Likewise, when you're in Bubble Blowing Baby Hunt, you are encountering enemies from Now That We're Men. And then in Now That We're Men, you're dealing with enemies from this level. So, naturally, the next level after this one, in terms of technicality, is actually No Cheese, where the only enemies were jellyfish. So anyways, before we head out, I want to show off a little glitch, basically. If you jump up here, and then you jump over here, I think only Patrick can do this one, actually. I think it's something with his hitbox. Yeah, basically, you go over here. You can jump up onto this area. And then you're over here. As you can see, there's no textures for anything. In fact, you could just leave the area. See ya, suckers! I'm going home! Patrick, no! Come on, Patrick! Do it for Mr. Krabs! Screw Mr. Krabs! I've been through enough on this adventure, SpongeBob! I'm out of here! Where the hell is what's happening? Why is the town a desert? Yeah, cue basically the Kirby credits theme for Meta Knight's Revenge. Okay, so anyways, if you execute this glitch, you are technically soft locked. You're going to have to go back. You're going to have to restart the level. So let's go to I'm Ready Depression. Though, anyways, before we go here, I want to show something off. We can just warp back, so no big deal. But you need to be SpongeBob for this. Actually, no, we'll do the Goofy Goober Challenge first, then I'll show it off. Basically, ring challenge, but with the Sonic Wave guitar. These are only in Patrick's levels. SpongeBob is reprieved from this torture. And this is a lot harder than you would think, because basically the Sonic Wave guitar moves pretty fast. And the rings can have some pretty sharp turns to them, especially this one right here, where you're going through the freaking fridge. Eh. Yeah, each ring will extend the timer on... Oh, no, you're not. We'll extend the timer on your Sonic Wave guitar, so you don't have to worry. And there. You can't just go right into the target. You gotta get all the rings. The game isn't gonna be that nice. So anyways, what I wanted to show off was basically just... Let's go all the way back to that Mindy clan where we got the cartwheel ability. Okay, head on up. Okay, boom. Now I can't help but question just how Goofy Goober handles workplace policies, considering that they're just creating their workers just out of thin air, but just... Oh, crap. I could've sworn I knew I'd get there. I guess you have to go the opposite direction. Okay, looks like I messed that one up. Okay. Okay, actually no, I think I realized what my issue was. Okay, this is what I'm failing to realize. But basically, this is a Patrick exclusive.
Hey, wait a minute. Who are you?
Don't worry, Patrick. You'll meet me later in the story.
Oh, well, I guess that's okay then.
How the hell do you know me? I'll tell you later. Okay. Hey, everyone knows me. My reputation precedes me. Anyways, let's get going. Okay, we'll head back here, and then we'll end things off, because basically these next two Sonic Wave guitar challenges, they are a bit on the longer side, especially the last one. Okay, so anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. Like to video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want with us. See you next time. Bye.